Hi everybody, I'm Hannah. If you already knew that, welcome back. And if this is new information, welcome. So I thought we'd do this video today as another story time segment. Now, I am a pretty laid back person now in a lot of ways, but when I was a child, I was always doing the most, essentially. And honestly, like, God bless my parents for not putting me on the side of a highway and never returning. From stories I've heard, obviously I don't remember that much because I was a kid, but from stories I've heard, I was truly a nightmare. I said stuff to strangers that was embarrassing, and I don't know how I got away with it. I'm lucky I never was punched. I did things that caused my parents distress, and it just sounds like my childhood was a wild ride for everybody around me, and that I was just like, all right, what havoc can I wreak today? So, I thought I'd share a couple stories about times when I was an absolute nightmare child. So the first story I'm going to tell you guys is about a time when my mom made the mistake of bringing me to a public place, and I, of course, being the awful child I was, absolutely mortified her by saying something rude to a stranger. So I'm one of 6 kids, and I have three siblings who are older than me and 2 who are younger than me. And when my mom was pregnant with my little sister Kira, she would bring me along to a lot of the prenatal appointments because it was just easy, and she didn't think that I was that terrible, apparently. Some people never learn. So we were like getting ready for the appointment, and my mom was filling out the paperwork or whatever, and we were in line, and I wanted none of it. Like, I wanted nothing to do with being here. My 4-year-old self had so many better things that I could be doing. I wanted to be playing with my Barbies. I wanted to be picking my toes. I don't know what I wanted to do, but I was not about being at this appointment. And as my mom's finishing up and we're ready to leave, the lady at the doctor's office reception desk says, all right, you're all set. Have a great day. And my 4-year-old says, and all you can say is have a nice day. And my mom's, I can't believe I did this. My mom was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I promise she's not always like this. And I mean, luckily the lady was like not mad. She was like, oh, I get it. Like, I have sons. It's fine. And I'm like, oh, my mom was like, I don't think you get it. She's actually such a, but that's the first time. My mom still tells that story all the time too. I don't know. And then the second story that I thought I'd share with you guys is a time where I did something that like actually terrified my parents, and I can't imagine being them in this scenario. So we went to a water park really close to where I'm from. It's about 45 minutes from here, and they have this ride in this park called the Lazy River. And what it basically is, I mean, you've probably been on one. What it basically is you have a float and you sit on it, and you guys all just float around, and it's pretty lame. That's why I say ride. You float around and you bob and you go in a circle and you go along a path and you go under a bridge, and then you come back and the ride's over. So this is about when I was 6, and I got on the ride. My parents were like, all right, have fun. We'll see you at the end. And then I'm riding, and apparently I was like, you know what? Fuck this. And literally climbed off the edge of my float onto, like, there was like a grass area. Like, there were parts of this ride where you could get out to the rest of the park by crawling out of the ride. Like, you could go under the fence. You're not, like, supposed to, and no normal person does that. But I was like, nope, and came, like, out of my float, crawled up onto the grass. A stranger helped me underneath the fence. Luckily, I wasn't kidnapped. And then my float just returned without my 6-year-old body, and my parents are like, oh. I really honestly don't remember how I ended up. I mean, spoiler alert, I did get back to them. Like, it wasn't a big deal. Um, but I can't believe I did that. Like, just imagine sending your 6-year-old, be like, oh yeah, she'll be back in, 3 to 5 minutes, because it's a float bobbing ride. And just having a float come back and be like, she should have been back by now. So another story I'll tell you about when I was young and I did something embarrassing. I did a lot of, like...
Have you ever had a dream that you had
things where I just wasn't paying attention.
You want
And wanted to do my own thing. And
you could do so you want
and then I got scared and freaked out.
You want him to do you so much you could do anything?
There was this other time when me and my mom and my sisters, my older sisters, all went to the mall. And I hadn't been paying attention. And they all got off the elevator that we had been on in the mall. And I stayed on because I, like, missed that thing. I don't know what I could have been doing in the elevator that I missed this. But they all got off, and I just rode down, and I freaked out. I was, like, screaming and yelling in this elevator. Like, I want my mom, riding back up to the level that my mom and my sisters were on. So, like, that's obviously embarrassing. I literally was a low-key psychopath as a kid. Alright, so the last story I'm going to tell you guys today about how much of a nightmare child I was is about a time where, alright, I went to school and I was in elementary school around the time where those CD-ROM games where you, like, could take care of a baby or take care of pets were, like, popping off. So I had this game called Virtual Babies. I don't actually know if that's what it was called, but that's what I call it. And basically, I would care for these children, like, that were infants, online, and I would be in their house, and it was really weird the way it was formatted, because I specifically remember caring for multiple different families of children. So I was basically a virtual nanny. And I would take care of these babies and I would feed them and stuff. It wasn't complex. You probably played it. Or if not, you probably get the concept. So I was obsessed with this game. I had a lot of obsessive issues when I was really young. Like, I went through a phase where it wasn't, I just kind of like something. It was like, no, I love it. So yeah, I was always obsessed with things. And at this time, I was obsessed with this Virtual Babies game. I would go home every day, I would feed them their milk, I would change their diapers, I would send them in their carriage to grandma's house, which apparently they did without chaperoning, by the way. And I loved it. I was so into it. And I mean, obviously, I was ready to devote my entire livelihood and existence to these virtual babies. Like, why would I not want to stay home all day and take care of these virtually animated children? But obviously my parents were like, you have to go to school. And so I went to school and cried and cried. I was like, I have to go home. I have to take care of my babies. They're gonna die. And my teachers are like, hold on, like, not this again. And I'm like, I need them. And they call my mom. They're like, so, we don't know what to do. She keeps saying that she doesn't want her babies to die. We're not sure what that means. Could you come get her? And my mom was like, don't you think it's a bad idea for me to come get her? Like, she is just going to learn that she can do this whenever she wants to get out of school. And, like, she's really upset. And so, whatever, my mom rolled up. I was pitching a fit because I was very worried about my babies. And my mom gets there and they're actually like, so, we decided you're right. And that she shouldn't go home over the babies. And that's a bad idea. And my mom was like, yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure that phase of virtual babies also lasted like a straight minute after this scenario too. Alright, well thanks for watching this video. If you want to hear more stories about what a terrible, terrible bad kid I was, please comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Give me a big old thumbs up. And turn your notifications on because I'll be posting more videos very soon. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mom, tell the terrible kids you know. And I'll see you next time. Bye!